Yo, this is Retro Miyagi, and this is gonna be my spiritual page, cause I was inspired by my friend, the real Nika. I was inspired by, Young Pharaoh, Rashad Jamal. You know, definitely shout out to them too. Shout out to real Nika. You check all them people out, but I gotta do my due diligence or whatever the fuck that shit called. I gotta do my part as a soul spirit, as a god on Kai. You heard me right, a god on planet Kai. This is planet Kai, not planet Earth. This is the home of the Anunnaki. Not the home, it's like the secondary home. We have a home on Sirius. We are not from here. We are extraterrestrial beings that created this planet to have an experience here on this duality plane. Like, that's what the idea was before it got hijacked by Palladians, reptilians, and human beings from the planet Nern, that they opened portals with CERN to let them in. They came here through portals in the Caucasus Mountains, right? I know you heard, like, the Caucasus Mountains, Columbus came from, or just Europeans in general came from there, right? But when you look up the genetic facts of Europeans, we can't figure out where they come from. That's just all we can trace them back to anciently, because if you trace back the gods, which are black people, if you trace them back, they go back anciently, right? Because the pyramids, the Sphinx, and all that good stuff that we built, But that's not all that we've built. We've built this country that we stand on. I'm in America, right? USA. We built this country, from scratch. The Moors were black. The Moors are the ones that built the cathedrals for the Europeans in Europe, right? And much more than that. Like, we've pretty much invented everything, and we're living in an unevolved, stagnant world at the moment, because the people that run the world are invaders and unnatural beings from another planet and universe. I know this probably sounds like I'm all over the place, but there are plenty of people that you can get like a foundation of this knowledge with, right? I know you've heard certain things and stuff. It's just time to go ahead and get this information out before we war with this invasive species for the injustices they have done to us, right? Not just slavery, but just, their whole conquistador era. Every species that they hurt. This includes the plants, the animals, the insects, the minerals. It includes all living beings. Check out the real Nika. RILLNIKA. He explains that all that you see is inanimate, right? Or animate. It has to have a spirit and a soul to hold the molecules together in a space. So what I mean by that, these pair of keys, right? They're just as alive as me and you. The only difference between me and you and these keys is that the soul and spirit that resides in these to hold the molecular atoms and particles together. Because if you was to get a telescope and to peer into this, you would see movement. But this is a solid, right? No, this is an illusion of this solid plane that we live on. Just like me. What the fuck am I if these are keys? What difference is the keys and the me, right? What is the difference between inanimate and an animate object if when you use a telescope to look at them, the molecules and particles are moving? The difference is the shape of the avatar. I came here as a soul and spirit and animated an avatar in this lifetime with a soul contract to help Kai. And so did you if you're listening, You are also animating a soul and spirit. An avatar with your soul and spirit. You are not the body. You are not this flesh. You are the spirit and soul that resides here, which is very important, right? Because that goes into your law and attraction, your manifestation, which is why we don't need to work jobs. As a soul and a spirit, you come here with a soul contract and you know exactly what you're supposed to do before they inject you with nanobots, right? In the hospital, before they do that, you know exactly what you're here to do. They have to inject these emotions and fear into you because they know who you are when you come here. Everybody can feel something's up with the planet, right? And everybody hears these conspiracies, you know? And it's just like, where would these conspiracies come from? And I can get that not everybody can see eye to eye to where the society is ran, but why would there be all of these conspiracies? 9/11, you know, Mandela effect, reptilians, aliens, you know, mythological creatures, cryptids, you know, shit like skinwalkers. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, what type of world is we live in to where your reality is just you go to work and back? Like, you're just in the rat race for them, right? You just going to work and back to provide for yourself basic necessities that you need, right? Because that's what they make you do, you know? Like, you gotta think, how unevolved is this planet to where we still have homeless people but rich people at the same time, right? Like, how unadvanced can a planet be for that to happen? It's got to be pretty unadvanced, right? For us to be so stagnated, right? Yeah, man. I'm just trying to figure out how I want to word it. Because I could just rant off, but that wouldn't, you know, help. You got to have a frame of mind how you want to lay this down. And I never really had the intention of making videos. I was always just wanting to make my music. But, you know, I want this change to happen, even though it is already imminent, even though, you know, it's already set in stone. That's what the 500-year... Oh, hold on. That's what the 500-year shit was about with the slavery and the being oppressed. A lot of people don't realize that even after the Emancipation or Proclamation, we are still enslaved, all right? Even when you read the amendments, black people aren't citizens. How can you be a citizen if America was formed in Spain? In this land you was already on. We was the Native Americans before Columbus came here. Because just think about it. If you want to believe that bullshit they're talking about, think about it. You here. Your mama here. If you black, right? You here in America. You here. Your mama here. Your daddy. They daddy and mama. And then they daddy and mama. And then so on and so forth. Up to your, you know, 7th generation of ancestors. Like, they all gonna say they came here. They might, the only difference is they might be like, oh, I'm part Cherokee. I'm part Choctaw. I'm part this and that. And you part shit. You is these beings. You are these beings. And the Dravidians is coming behind us and reaping the benefits of what basically happened, right? That 40 acre and a mule, us being desegregated and like going to white schools and getting westernized, you know, curriculums and shit. Us getting into religion, which is all whitewashed, right? But they tell you that Jesus is a black man, right? And when you take that into context, it goes into what I'm saying, that we are gods, right? Jesus was a god. And even in the Bible, Jesus says that you are gods like me and that you can do much greater. Look that up on Google. The verse where Jesus says that we are gods. And when you know that Jesus is black, then that can coincide, right? But the only problem with all this is that the Bible was written by Shakespeare. The Bible was literally written by Shakespeare. Shakespeare and King James were the same people, you know? So William Shakespeare wrote the Bible. That's why it is like the way it is, you know. That's didn't write the Bible, translated with however you want to say it, right? We know that the Bible is made up of a bunch of scrolls and shit anyway. That's been misinterpreted, or yeah, that too, but reinterpreted and all that shit like at least a bunch of times, right? So we know we can't trust it. And then why wouldn't the Bible teach like the history of what's going on? Like you read the Bible and it says shit about like slaves obey their master as they would Christ and shit like that, and people just overlook shit like that. It's like, where is a black person's place in this religion when it's based off of a black God that they portray white? When you look at the pictures of Last Supper, it's white dudes sitting at this table. When you just look at pictures in a illustrated Bible with illustrations in it, it's gonna show you white Jesus. It's very rare to see black Jesus. That's like a fucking joke. Like if somebody has a black Jesus picture on their wall, you're gonna be like, where white Jesus at? Even if you black, you just gonna subconsciously think that shit. You feel me? It look awkward. It look weird because it's just not how they portray him. Even though this is their character. Because Jesus, the J didn't even exist in the Hebrew language. So what would that name be? Now, I'm not saying that being didn't exist. I believe that being was a being called Yahshua that they ripped off from one of our ancestors that came here and did the same thing, right? So let's say that this Jesus came here. I think that this Jesus manifested in the flesh, just like what they be saying, like God in the flesh, just like we are. I think that this God manifested in the flesh. And what was Jesus doing? He was going against the churches. He was going against the Pharisees and shit. Because church ain't right. And we know that shit's not right. Like with the Catholics and the priest and just how it works. Like you drinking blood and eating flesh. You know? Why do they do that? Doesn't that sound familiar of what these elites do? Like this Pizzagate shit. This adrenochrome. If you know, you know, you know? Like, we seen the Diddy parties. Like, we know that they be having freak-offs and sex parties, and they're into pedophilia rings and, shit like that. Why do they do these things? It's because they worship Satan. Satan is their creator. When they came through on the Caucasus Mountains, they came and seen the gods here on Kai, and we reverse engineered them. We got rid of it because the whole Darwinism theory of a monkey going into a Neanderthal, into a human, we have no monkey in our DNA. We have nothing but pure human, but we're not human. So, we're not a human. We're not a man, period. And we don't have a hue to us. They call us colored people for a reason, but not for the reason you think, because white people are the real colored people. They change their skin color so many times. Like if they're mad, they're red. If they're sick, they're blue and purple, or green. Like, yeah, they change all types of colors. We're always just black, brown. The reason why they call us black is because when this black holds every color. We are the inventors of the colors. The colors are based off of our chakras, right? And we are the creators of all. So we didn't really create colors. It's just based off of our chakras. That's where colors come from. That's where the Roy G. Biv spectrum comes from. The whole reason we see red to purple is because that's how our chakras are aligned, right? That's why that's the highest frequency you can see. If you don't know, there's colors that exist that are lower, that vibrate lower than the frequency of red that you cannot see with the physical eye, but you can see with the spiritual eye. You can see them in the dream world, right? Other animals and shit can see them. And then there's colors that vibrate higher than purple, right? And you can see those colors as well when you're on a higher frequency. And what is a frequency, right? You got to remember that you are a spirit and a soul. The real Nika and Rashad Jamal, they already explained that a spirit and a soul are electricity, the spirit is electricity, and the soul is magnetism, right? Meaning that with your soul, you can attract all things to you. So that would only be, for the beings that can do that, the carbonated beings. And it's important to know that you're carbonated and not melanated. White people are melanated. Black people are carbonated and neuromelanated. And they have RNA and DNA. I mean, DEA. Human beings have DNA. Where there's a big difference between us, And that is the main reason why slavery even occurred. It's not because of the color of our skin. It's because the superiority of our genetics. And not even to sound cocky, but they say it. Even in boxing, they be like, oh, Floyd Mayweather, it's his genetics, right? Usain Bolt, it's his genetics. Sha'Carri Richardson, the fast runner, it's her genetics. Michael Jordan, he jumped from the free throw because it's genetics. Kobe, genetics, like all this genetic talk. Mark Henry, genetics, but nobody explains like what that really means. What it is our DEA. We have locked cells within us because of they pushed the second sun out of the atmosphere. This is a binary star system, meaning it has two suns, not a sun and a moon. So by them doing that, that puts us on a lower frequency, which is what makes our skin color brown in the first place. Because when we're at our highest frequency and we're breathing the right things that we're supposed to be breathing, because they put oxygen and Margellans in the air when they spray those planes in the sky, spraying the clouds that also block out the sun, that blocks out those same genetics. It also sprays toxic poisons that rust out your avatar, and it makes your skin rust out and become a copper color, which is the real reason we're called black and colored people, because there's every color goes in black, right? At a higher frequency, we would be red, we'd be green, blue, purple, we'd be all these other higher vibrating colors. We wouldn't be brown, right? So that's the difference. Besides our veins, if you look at our veins and you look at a Caucasian's veins, our veins will be green and their veins will be blue because we are filled with gamma energy like the Hope, That's where they get these superhero stories from. These genetics, and when you look at like the fucking wiki pages of these superheroes, they have extensive history with their abilities, like an extensive explanations. Like when you're sitting here looking at all these shits, you look at like Cyclops beam and it goes into so much detail. It's like, man, I just thought the nigga had laser eyes. Nah, man, it's gonna tell you exactly what is causing that. Why? What would make them like just feel like that it could happen if it didn't happen, right? And that's just not Cyclops. You look at everybody. They're gonna give you a very in-depth detail of what's going on genetically, what's going on, biology, biochemistry, whatever. What's going on inside of the avatar. It's gonna tell you. So it leads me back to saying, where are they getting this stuff from? If this is just American dream ass life, and we just like, this is for everybody now. If we just here to just live the mundane, what was you showing us all this for? It's like our whole life revolves around a fantasy when we live in this bullshit ass, dystopia. Like, what's going on here? Why is all the worst things you can possibly think of happen in this realm that we live in? One would even say this is hell, right? Because it's just like, man, there's just no way motherfuckers is like getting tortured and getting eaten, getting like all this crazy shit that's happening, Kids can't just be kids no more, bro. You gotta worry about them getting kidnapped, coming off the bus and getting organ trafficked. You feel me? And all this other crazy shit, man. You gotta worry about way too much for a life that they saying is so good, And then you go into the history of everything. People want to say like black people, ain't like they want you to think that we not the shit and that this whole world don't revolve around us, but it does. because the KKK is the police, right? And the FBI only started to get Marcus Garvey, right? And CIA, I'm sure it's the same thing, trying to infiltrate a black, group of liberationists, of revolutionaries, people rebellers, rebellion, whatever. You feel me? People that rebel against this system, man. Black people that rebel against this system, because we know who we are to a certain point. There's been a lot of spell work and magic, which is what they talk about in the fantasy world. But what's really going on is, fiction is fake. I mean, fiction is real and nonfiction is fake. Like science fiction. Basically, what I'm saying is the fake is real and the real is fake. You feel me? Like when they showing you wizards, warlocks, fairies, and dragons, that's actually the real world that we are veiled between. Because, like I said, these keys are on the solid level. We are on the solid level and the liquid level because you are also your blood, right? But what happens when we transcend the realm, when we die? We go into the gas state because you are on every state of matter. You're a god, right? That's where it gets deep. You feel me? And the only reason you're seeing other beings that don't look like you is because they're copied and manufactured after us. You feel me? That's the truth of what's going on. You feel me? We are the original beings and we created other beings. Not we, but one of us, Yakub, another scientist. That's what we are. We're like cosmic scientists. You feel me? That's what like gods are. Like we create. We're scientists. We go out and do, right? And one of us created like a species to kill the other ones because that's just what he wanted to do. He wanted to start evil. And that's where we get Satan. You know? I don't feel like you need a big old reason why Satan exists. The Bible don't give you a reason why Satan exists. Just God is good, and he had an angel that I don't really get into the Bible. I just know that shit's bullshit. What they say? They say angel. He's God's prettiest angel. He wanted to be like God, right? Like he wanted to be God. He didn't want to be an angel, so he got cast out of heaven, right? Well, some of that's true. Basically, this angel that they're talking about was a god. He was another god just like us, which is why Satan would even have so much power to begin with. When you get out of the mindset that it's a religion god versus a religion devil, it makes a lot more sense when you say that we are the gods and the gods made these human beings, right? Or a god made the human beings, right? I don't know. This shit get real deep, man. It get real deep and it just be hard to talk about. But the information's out there, right? It's out there in the movies, right? This is why I don't like I'd rather just rap this shit because I'm not very good at just talking by myself on a phone. I'd rather have people ask me questions and shit. It's way easier because I'll just be all over the place trying to explain this fucking crazy shit. It's like, dude, this is too much to explain. This is like a lot of information, man. It's like, but fuck just telling you some mundane shit. I want y'all to know, like, y'all are powerful. When I say y'all are God, like, y'all are, like, literally gods. And y'all are literally just on a low level. But y'all literally have so much power stored within y'all, right? And it would just make sense. What the fuck's going on here? Like, why do white people run the world, right? And why do they treat us like this? You feel me? That's why. It's because we are gods, right? And they came here and stole the land from us. That's like what's going on. And we are trying to, there's a lot more than that. Like, all your gangs and shit that was around, that like, they really weren't gangs. They were just organizations to help fight. Like, we've been fighting these people for a long time. We just now forgetting because there's all this passive bullshit. Nobody want to teach real history. Niggas want to believe this religion shit and turn the other cheek. But right before that, bro, we was on they ass. Like, Black Liberation Armies, Asad Shakur, Black Panthers. You feel me? We had all of them gangs. Like, that's a lot of people. You feel me? If you know, like, the gangs was really against, like, like injustices with the police, bruh. The police been the main ops. You feel me? They the ones that, they the ones that keep this shit going for these elites, right? And remember, I told you we weren't citizens, right? The real citizens are those elites. The elites are the citizens that they talk about. Those are the ones with the rights that are protected with those rights. So you wonder why, like, so what I mean by that? In the amendments, it's talking about what they can and can't do to you. And citizens are protected from a lot of that shit. But when you see what is going on, it's like, man, they just able to do whatever the fuck they want to. Is for real. Like, if you rebel, now if you just gonna be like a normal house nigga, they ain't got no problem with you. They might come and fuck with you just because you black and driving, but you pretty much good. But like, if you are trying to better yourself on any type of level, you are a threat. Because they done took the land from us. They don't want you rebellion. They don't want you spreading no knowledge. They want you to think that you're a slave. They want you to play this role. I know you've heard the saying, nigga dance, nigga sing, or nigga die. You feel me? That's real shit. You feel me? Real shit for house niggas is not real shit for me. So nigga gonna die swinging. A nigga ain't dancing unless I feel like dancing. A nigga ain't singing unless I feel like singing. I don't. That's just what it is, right? I'm a rebellious slave. So, that's just where it is with me. I'm not happy with the way that these motherfuckers do us, bro. And like, the white people that are cool is just that. The white people that are cool, but if they not finna speak up against these injustices, those white people are real cool. Them right with us. You feel me? That's their job. They see that this shit, they know it's not theirs. And it's coming back to us. That's like the problem. It's like you don't have to speak up. Speak up against the injustices to us. You feel me? It's like you gonna have to see that this is our land. And we are fuck y'all, like whatever the fuck they were thinking, like, oh, they think we're better. It's like, man, no, we're gods, literally. Like, we always knew this, but you've been trying to force us to be humans and trying to play this little bullshit game like we're all the same while you sit here and kill us, eat us, and do all this crazy shit to us. No, they really do that too. Slavery, bro, y'all gonna find out what really happened during slavery. It wasn't just all that crazy shit, buck breaking and hangings. And now it was eating us, bro. They had Negro cookbooks. You feel me? They was doing a lot more than that too, bro. But yeah, it get real deep, bro. But the thing is, it wasn't that many of us in them plantations. And we did not come from Africa. Y'all gotta go ahead and learn that. The transatlantic slave trade never happened. Nigga, we've been here the whole time. This is our country. And it ain't America. It wasn't America before they came here and named it America, which is why you're not a citizen. You are not native to America. You native to Kai. You native to Atlantis. That's what the name of this realm was before they hijacked it. That's the reason why you're not a citizen. That's the reason why you have no rights. That's the reason why you have no say on how this is ran. If you're not a fucking, and even the white people don't have no say. They just believe they got say. They is the peasants of Europe's. They have 13 families, which is what the 13 colonies was about. They have 13 original families. If you're not part of the 13 original families that run this world, that run Britain, then you not part of that. So you thinking that you're superior and all that is just a lie that they made. So like, when we do crash out, because that's what's gonna happen as we're gaining, like, we're getting charged up by these solar flares every day. This is the age of Aquarius. It's not the age of Pisces no more, and the spell has been broken. They are no longer in power. All the power that you see is an illusion. It's just their AI and their clones and their robots running the world. There is no actual white people in power now. And the only power they have over you is the power you give them. If you still believe in that bullshit, then yeah, they can do whatever they want to you. But once you come into your purpose and you come into your knowledge of knowing who you are, If you're black, you're God. If you're a white person, you are a human being, and that's okay. But you're trying to be God-like. You're trying to be Christ-like. We're trying to gain Christ consciousness. It's kind of a different thing. That's kind of what y'all are doing too. But y'all, you know, that's y'all are trying to do the same thing. Y'all just are not God. That's like, I just cannot lie and say that y'all are God, right? But you feel me? There's nothing wrong with being a human. Y'all just are who you are. Like, we created all the alien races too. So there's other extraterrestrial races, and you know, there's plenty of those. Because there's, for every planet, like they was telling you there's not no life on these planets, but there is, and there's a lot more planets than they're telling you about in this star system, this Milky Way star system. There's a lot more planets in it. There's 999 planets in this galaxy, to be exact. Or I mean, in this universe. Galaxy universe. Whatever. I think it's, I don't know. Yeah, 100. There's 999 planets in this galaxy. 999 galaxies in a universe. Nine universes. And like 3 alternates. And there's more that goes on, but that's the base level for this for this matter. I can't think of the material realm. Material realm. This is the material realm. You have the astral realm. You have the etheric realm. Yeah, there's other planes of existence. This is where you dream. When you dream, you're on the etheric realm. You're on the etheric plane, right? Which is why you see a lot of the same shit. Remember, I told you everything vibrates. Here, you can only see certain shit because it's on the solid level, but when you're on the etheric plane, you can see this shit and then some. That's why, like, when you're in the dream world, you might see your room, and then outside you see a damn dragon flying around, because dragons is real right now in the physical. You just cannot see them because that's not where your frequency is at. You have to be on a higher frequency to see these things. That's why it's a veil, you know. But I think I'm gonna stop here because I can talk all night. And I just wanted to get on point because my homeboy didn't already jumped on it, and it's time for me to jump on it, you know. It's time for me to do my part. I already make music, but I feel like, man, people ain't hearing it. They just need to hear what is. You know, fuck a debate, fuck all that bullshit. I'm not debating nobody. I'm telling you what it is. And that's why your realm is like how it is. Why you got Alien versus Predator, and the Predator got dreads, and he's a hunter, and he's this supreme being. He turned invisible. That's us. That's us on a low level. We got all those abilities. But we not like, but they're showing you this alien because we're not from here. We're not, I mean, we created this planet, but we're not from it. So we're extraterrestrial. You feel me? But way more than that, we gods. We created the extraterrestrials, right? Which is why they're here. They're here in the skies. They're also cloaking the skies and putting extra clouds up. I know you've seen it's been super cloudy. You can barely see your skies nowadays, right? And if you pay attention, you can see the war that's happening in the skies. They're already warring in the skies, right? Remember, I told you that the human beings came here with other extraterrestrial races. They formed an alliance while they was going through the star system. That's what Star Wars is about. Just think of these beings. I'm sorry talking too much, but yeah, those beings came here looking for Kai. They couldn't find Kai. They had to leave Nern to look for Kai, right? Which is their home planet, right? They had to leave there, and the reason why is because, you know, they already rebelled against Zeus, which is the guy that created them. They rebelled against him on that planet with the fucking werewolves and shit. They come from a planet full of werewolves and Igors and like werewolves, vampires, like shit like that. Like the movie Underworld, that's the Nern world, right? That's a good example of what Nern look like those beings. Like that's what Nern looks like. That's the place that human beings come from. They come from a place with 2 moons. We come from a place with 2 suns. They brought an illusion of their moon here when they blew out our sun, right? So that's why that the moon goes through phases and shit, because it's not real. And that's why it be looking all crazy, be having that smiley face. Hold on. Be having that little smile. Like, when the moon is supposed to be like that. You be going outside, motherfucker be like this now. I'm like, man, they can't even get their moon right no more. But the reason why is because it's falling down. This whole system is falling down slowly but surely. The only reason it's falling down slowly is because this time spell. The Octurian race put a time spell on us. Y'all really gotta think of Star Wars when I'm talking about this shit, because that's literally what it is. Star Wars, Star Trek, a bunch of alien races. Like, it ain't just humans and gods, where like they was working with other extraterrestrial races. Like, while they was going through the cosmos looking for this planet, they bumped into the reptilians and the Palladians. And we was already warring with the reptilians, because they're fucking the pirates of the cosmos. They like to drain planets of resources. Think of Zathura. Zathura, like the fucking movie about the game, and those fucking reptilian people came, and they trying to drain the planet of the resources, right? That's what they do. I think that's what they were trying to do. But that's reptilians from this. That's in Zathura. It's like a movie like Jumanji. They be showing this in damn near every movie. I just, they showed it in Visitors. They showed it in a whole lot of movies. You feel me? Like, this is what they do. They come here. They really, the human beings are really just a conduit, because the reptilians use them to shapeshift into them, as well as like just use them for a face card, because they can't show their faces to us. We're pretty much on a memory spell right now. Like, the solar flare is about to like give us our memories back soon, and we're gonna remember. But if they showed themselves to us, like if they was to reveal themselves to us, we'd probably activate on the spot. So they don't do that. Plus, they fear us because we're gods. Like, even at this low level, we could probably still beat their ass. That's how strong we is, bro. Like, if we had no fear and we moved like how we do, bro, we really take out any of these creatures that they was talking about. There ain't no creature that can fuck with you. You're a god. And once you realize that, they can't fuck with you, bro. All they can do is try to fuck with you with their matrix. That's the only thing, the only power they have. They'll send cops at you. They'll send agents at you like Neo. This is all real shit, man. Like, they don't want you to wake up to your true inner power by no means necessary, right? So, meditation and all that, you gotta have the armor of God when you go on your spiritual journey. You can't be one of these people that just want to be conscious without being spiritual. You gotta have that balance. You're gonna have to have that in tune with yourself enough to like hear the ancestors. And what I mean by that, your thoughts aren't your thoughts, right? When you sit there and you meditate, you understand that fully, like, because when you stop moving your mouth, the talking should stop. But it doesn't. You'll keep hearing these voices, man, no matter how many times you try to stop them. It's like, who the fuck is talking? If I'm not talking, who is? All your thoughts ain't yours, man. Some of them come from the astral planes. And some of these shits is like hijacked. Like, cause when you came here, when you get these nanobots injected to you as a kid, that's what fucks you up. Because when you're a kid, they be talking about a world born and seen. No, nigga, you come here in full divinity, pure innocence, pure life. You come here with a glow on you, and they hit you with them nanobots. They have to, bro. That's why you have to be born in a hospital. If you try to have a natural birth, bro, they gonna come in your house and try to like take your baby at gunpoint, man. That's literally what they will do. You cannot have no natural birth. They have to like hit them with them nanobots, right? But what these nanobots do is like they can hack the thoughts, right? The thoughts that are coming in, like, they're not yours. They just keep coming in. They can hack those thoughts and just be feeding you bullshit along with all this bullshit they got for you, right? They got these TVs and shit, which is just, it's just, every TV has crystals inside of it, right? And crystals is our ancient technology. It's what we made, like crystal towers, what the pyramids used to be made out of. And a pyramid is nothing but like It's an energy vortex. Like, it's something we can amplify energy with, along with much more. But the pyramid shape, the reason why it's shaped like that is because it forms a vortex. Spheres form a vortex, right? Because of the shapes. Like, this doesn't form a vortex, so it's just like, and our houses don't form a vortex. We live, instead of a pyramid, we live in a box with a pyramid on top, right? So actually harnesses all our energy. We just trapped in here, right? We just trapped inside of it. You know, the whole reason they did the Industrial Revolution, we're evolutionary, is because we're natural beings. We don't need any of this shit, and we was way more advanced before they came and tore our shit down. We was never just some Indians and some teepees, y'all. If they out there hunting buffalo in the fucking wilderness winter, what the fuck makes you, with them little shags on they meat? Like, you really think that shit happens? Some little teepees, they fighting buffalo? No, bro. Cause we the Indians, we was more advanced then than we were now. That is a fact, man. If you only knew, this motherfucker looked like Avatar. Not the Last Airbender, Avatar with the Panama motherfuckers, bro. Like, the blue beings, bro. And yeah, we have underwater civilizations too, man. Like, mermaids is real. Yes, bro. Like, everything they've ever showed you is real, is what I'm trying to tell you. And the reason, gods are real and we are God. Literally, there is no God that exists outside of us besides our ancestors. Like, remember, I was brought up Jesus. That's an ancestor. Yahshua. He's nothing but a prophet. I don't want to say nothing but a prophet, because he came here and he did a lot and they killed him for it. He's telling us we were gods and they killed us for it. They killed him for it. That's literally what he did. He didn't die for our sins, though. That needs to be understood. Nobody is coming back to save you, which is why it hasn't happened yet. You will die waiting on that. You are the change that you seek. For change to happen, for the evil to be rid on this planet, we need to realize that we're not the minority, that we're actually the majority, right? The gods are the majority on the planet. Because, look, they call me African American, right? But I'm not African American. I'm a god. Or I'm black, but I'm not black. I'm a god, right? And Haitians, they call them Haitians, but Haitians have the same genetics as me, right? They're just named after the land that the conquistadors took from them. They call it Haiti. Now, you're a Haitian, nigger. You're a Haitian now. So, like, before you was a Haitian, you was a god, right? And same on and so forth. The Africans, before they was Africans, they was gods. That land was never, that land wasn't called Africa originally. It was all Atlantis. The whole realm was Atlantis. And this part of the country, like this whole fucking part, and the parts outside of the ice wall, right? The parts outside of the ice wall is Lemuria, you feel me? But this is Atlantis. Like, we are the Atlanteans that they were talking about. And the shit never sunk. We just sunk in frequency, if anything, you know? So, that's pretty much what's going on. I had to give y'all a spill, and I'll be doing more videos if I feel like it. I'm not gonna just be doing them every time. I make music too that explains this. If I feel led to, I will. But that's the reason why I went ahead and did a big video. If you need more information, you can check out the people that already do this. You can check out the University of Cosmic Intelligence, Rashad Jamal. He's like the deepest spiritual teacher you will ever meet. That's the only one I really recommend. But if you just want some other people to listen to, you got Real Kaya, you got Isis Wisdom, you got Kalam and Ra, Rod Hayes, Black Magic 363. You got a lot of people that talk about this stuff, man. So, but the only person I recommend out of that to give you like the true sauce, that's gonna tell you to go within to get your answers, which is how I even know to discern these things. Because, right, I'll listen to these people, and people will lie to you, right? But they can't lie to you if you know who you are. That's when you sit with yourself. You sit in this darkness, this dark matter energy, that which you come from, right? You sit in there with your eyes closed and you close off from the six senses. That is this light code lockdown that entraps you, because you are none of these senses. You are nothing, like, and you are everything at the same time. And that shit wouldn't make sense to a dumb motherfucker, but it makes sense to you guys, because I told you that this is made out of particles. You are made out of particles. The air is particles. You are everything, and everything is you, literally. So think about that. You know, we gotta raise our frequencies out here, man. We can't be scared to be who we are. Everybody needs to be putting this information out. That's the only way that we are gonna free ourselves. We have to get knowledge of self first. Everybody needs to be meditating. Breathe through the nose. Exhale slowly. It will clear all that nanobot bullshit out of your head, man. All, like, you gotta think, man. You on all these devices that they made. When I tell you that everything made in this matrix, that's why it's so goddamn bad, bro. It's like so important to break out of it, because literally everything here harnesses you. Like, they want you real weak so they can do whatever to you, bro. Especially in this time, bro. They running in people's cribs, vaccinating them, bro. Taking babies out their hands. You feel me? Like, it's about to get real wicked because their time is up. And I need y'all to understand this, because nobody does. They about to tear this motherfucker up, bro. And y'all need to be ready. Y'all need to be ready for anything and everything, because they about to pull everything in the book, bro. It's like they are stuck here in a firmament, bro, and they cannot go nowhere, and they know we're waking up. That's what this is about, bro. Not just the white people, bro. Not really even the white people. The white people's not the enemy. They're just the conduit. They're the face card, right? And they believe they run shit. Man, the reptilians run shit, man. They sit your little ass down. Y'all don't run a motherfucking thing, bro. I be getting tired of that white supremacy shit. Man, them reptilians be on y'all ass, nigga. Man, y'all let motherfucking dude from Monsters Inc. whoop y'all ass. I mean, I'll be letting a little Randall have they way with you, nigga. Y'all ain't really us, nigga. For real. They don't tell our story, bruh, which is why I talk like this, nigga. I ain't no slave, nigga. We Gullah War activity, Florida Seminole activity. Like, bro, we are every warrior that ever existed. I'm talking about, we were the samurais, we were the ninjas. Y'all need to do y'all history, bruh. They be giving little sauce, but bruh, they barely tell our story, bruh. It's not the real story. You gotta think how they introduce history to you. They introduce history talking about a dude came and discovered India. He came from Spain. Spain is here. India is here. America is here. He came from here to America. Called it. He thought it was India. That's why he called us the Indians. But India's over here. So why are we believing them? Why are we sitting here acting like this is where history starts when he came and found this area? This history starts with their story, which is us. They want you to think that them is some Dravidians, man. They not tapped with them with the land. Come on, man. We know who he is, bro. So I ain't even wasting time talking about what we done did as Indians, because we was much more than that. We was the Egyptians, we was the Aztecs, we was the Mayans. You know, the Mayan calendar, we predicting that the world gonna end. Yep, they world is finna end. And this is 2021 was really 2012, I think. Yeah, something like that. So when they were talking about that 2012 shit, it was really 2021, which was the start of the end of their world, right? Something like that. Either way, is what you need to know is, like, it is the end of their world, right? This is the age of Aquarius. It's the age of where all truth will be revealed of the planet, man. We not finna be just sitting in, like, awe and loss no more. Like, we're gonna actually know what's going on. The government gonna be exposing it, and more of the ancestors are gonna be coming through us, but they're also here. The aliens is already here. Fuck aliens. Our ancestors are already here. That's our family, bro. The extraterrestrials is literally our family, bro. Like how we come from Sirius X, right? They be coming from Sirius B and C and all these other planets out there. Yeah, bro, they're here to help us, bro. That's the Galactic Federation and more, way more. It's like we got the Anunnaki here, we got the Lyrians here. We here. You feel me? Our ancestors is here. In the clouds, above the clouds, they be cloaking. Yeah, they got advanced technology. You gotta think like, man, we really them. Our technology was advanced before they got here. These are the ones that come from Sirius. These are the ones that never were here, right? That never had to go through the shit we had to go through, right? Cause we dropped in frequency quite a few times, right? That's what the hieroglyphs in Egypt are about. Every time you see the hieroglyphs, you're gonna see like a green man and a green woman like standing, right? And then right next to that, you're gonna see a brown man and a brown woman. They might be sitting down. That symbolizes the fall, right? And so on and so forth. That's like all you're gonna see. You're gonna see green people, and then in the next little square of it, you're gonna see brown people, the copper people, because we used to be different colors, right? And you're also gonna see the alien races. Like you're gonna see the bird people, you're gonna see snake people. Those are the, you know, that's the blue avians and the Nagas. You're gonna see, you might not see the Nomos on there, but the mermaids and the dolphins and the whales, that's Nomos. The dolphins and the whales aren't really dolphins and whales. They just manifesting as that. They are the Nomos. The cats are the Lyrians. Like Tekken, the dude King from Tekken, and He-Man, like with the lion face, with the god physique. That's so real. That is very real. Just like a reptilian is real, which is a lizard man. You feel me? A fake lizard man. Cause yeah. But you know, this shit get real, man. Like, sorry if I get carried away. I'm not Rashad Jamal. I'm not, these other people. I'm just doing it how I do it. And I've always been like this. Like, I'll say it how I want to, when I want to. I've always just did it without categorizing. So I'm like, man, that's just not how I am. That's not how I work, bro. It's too hard for me. I have truth to tell y'all, and it just needs to come out. It needs to be heard. It needs to be heard, bro. They are child trafficking people and eating them for their adrenochrome. That is a very real thing. They have underground tunnels that go from Walmart all the way to schools and all that. They have whole underground civilizations, my naga. That is where the fucking reptilians and shit live, and way more than that. You feel me? This is a big thing going on. That's what all that shit was about, bro. Pizzagate. Yeah, these elites, they in on that. They drink blood. Like, all your celebrities, they drink blood. They eat flesh. They really do that. You feel me? Maybe not eat flesh, and maybe not all of them do that, but just like they have sex parties, they have parties where they eat people. Them real cannibals, bro. And that's why they do it in church, because the church is part of them. That's part of them. Like, you gotta ask why is there churches on every block in the hood? Just start paying attention to how your environment is set up. You'll have a church on every single corner, right? Every corner. Start looking at it, because I know you niggas live in the hood because you ain't got nowhere else to live. They put you in the hood. They put you in Section 8. That's how they designed it. They designed it for you to suffer and you to fail, and for you to work in a rat race for labor instead of for time instead of labor. You should get paid for your worth. You get paid hourly so that you sit your ass in here all day while they eating our kids and shit. It really be that deep. You gonna be sitting there working instead of meditating and harnessing these frequencies and tapping into your abilities that you really have, because it's that time, bro. I know you've been seeing the videos and shit, and you see in the movies, Supercell. They not doing this shit for no reason, bro. They not just trying to sit here and big up our egos. They're giving us the truth because it's really what they're supposed to do. I mean, not supposed to. It's what they have to do. They've always shown us the truth in movies because they have to. We have free will. That's a cosmic thing. And the only way they can abridge that is for them to show us what they do to us. So cosmically, it's like kind of okay, but it's not. That's why the ancestors is here. They've been like finessing and loopholing the fucking cosmos, bro. Like, Yeah, but no, they not really, because we here, bruh, they've only been able to do this shit for so long. They had 500 years to do that shit, and now it's up. Just like Kodak Black said. They had 500, whatever he said. He also said that these people got weather control. These people be digging bonkers up. Because they do. They really do have weather control. They make winter. That's Sub-Zero technology, bro. They literally, you ever ask why every snowflake is different? Because they're all manufactured on NERN. And they opened CERN to fucking bring that shit here. CERN is nothing but them opening portals with fucking colliders and shit, bro. Like, they open the portal from their home planet here. And they bring cold winter. They bring, like, a bunch of fall and shit. A bunch of, they brought all that mosquitoes and all that here. They also be fucking with shit. Like, every time they do that, they be having... That's what the Mandela effect is, y'all. Like, that's why, like, the reality is different. That is them warping shit. That's them going back in time, writing themselves in history, and doing all types of crazy shit, bro. That's being shut down. You feel me? These motherfuckers is sick, dude. Like, do you know that's, like, that segregation shit of them drinking out of, like, white fountains and us drinking out of black fountains? Do you know that shit wasn't like just nothing but 50 years ago, and that they changed the pictures from colored pictures to black and white to fool us into thinking that shit was a long time ago? Do y'all know that? They really like are playing us on every level. I'm barely scratching the surface of this shit, bro. Like, the mountains are tree stumps, bro. Look up a mountain. It is a tree stump. It's a petrified tree stump, my nigga. Yeah, the mountains are fucking tree stumps, bro. All, like, they get real deep, yo. So your clouds is fake, your mountains is tree stumps, nigga, your black people is gods. Do you know that human beings grow tails? Did you know that? Did you know that 25% of Caucasians grow tails from birth, and they gotta get them cut off? Did y'all know that? It's real, bruh. They grow tails and all that shit. They'll grow hair on their face, bruh. They'll look like a whole fucking Bigfoot. Because that's what Bigfoot really is, bruh. That's them. When they came here, bruh, they brought Neanderthals with them. That's like the version. Look, you got the monkey, Neanderthal, then the human being. He got them to, like, past the Neanderthal to the human being state. We had to backwards engineer them to the human being state that they're at now, where they stand up straight, because they was walking on all fours when they came out the Caucasus Mountains, bro. They were doing a lot of nasty shit because they didn't know, like, they didn't know how to do stuff right. That's where all diseases and shit come from. I'm not trying to be mean. It's just like their origin. You feel me? Like, just like I don't even want to say just like they call us slaves and shit, because that's not what I'm doing. I'm just writing history. RIGHTING. Not, I'm writing it. Because they falsified history, and I'm turning it right. You feel me? Yeah, man. They were walking on all fours, and we had to fix that for them. But we couldn't fix the Neanderthals. That's why there's Bigfoots and Sasquatches and Yetis running around, right? The reason why there's Loch Ness monsters and shit is because if you go far down, I know you've heard this stupid shit, but it's so real, bro. It sounds stupid as fuck, but you gotta understand, this is an enclosed system, so you can't go to outer space through the top of the firmament, because there's a firmament there. But you can go outer space. You can go through portals and shit up there, but ain't no just go up there and you go to outer space. All that space shit was fake, bro. The moon landing, and even them sending them 6 girls out, that shit, obviously, that shit was fake. But yeah, man, that shit, all satellites, all that shit's fake, bro. They can't get outside of the firmament, right? So the only way for them to, like, go through space is you can go through the water. So, like, there's portals in different dimensions inside the water when you go so low. That's what those beings, like, That's why it look like it's like you in a different dimension for one. Once you go down that low, and then there's portals down there. So you'll get you a Loch Ness monster, a megalodon every once in a while. Like y'all gotta understand how fucking like they literally tell you they only know 5% of the ocean, right? 5%. Like you gotta understand how much life can be down there with only 5% discovered. I don't think y'all realizing that. They're telling you there's only 5% of the fucking ocean discovered, and there's more ocean than land. Y'all gotta like really think about that. Think about how deep. Did you ever seen the videos of them putting the tallest building in the water, and that shit don't even go like a quarter down? They got so much more water down there. Like yeah, it get real deep. You feel me? It get real deep, yo. It's like, man. So yeah, we don't know what's down there, but we do though. You feel me? Like we got mermaids, sirens, we got a lot going on down there. We got the Nomos, we got a bunch of other beings. That's just like these beings that we're naming is just like the only beings we know of. But that are the only ones that they show you. You feel me? There's a lot more going on. Especially like in the etheric planes and stuff. But I'm gonna go ahead and end this here because I've been talking for like an hour. I really only meant for this to be 10 minutes. But I'm just not one of those niggas that get on here and be like, this is my introduction to like the YouTube or nothing. I might not never make another video, my nigga. This shit real. And I'm just spilling the beans because like I rap about it. And if you go on a song, you might not know what's really going on. You might just catch a phrase and you might be like, what is he talking about? Where is this information coming from? So I'm telling you where this information is coming from. It's coming from within. It's coming from the other spiritual teachers that they get it from within. They get it from the ancestors, bro. I can discern what's real. A motherfucker, like, I know exactly which spiritual teachers is tapped in and which is not. You feel me? Like, and you would too if you meditated. Like, that's how you get information, man. You can become your own spiritual teacher, bro. You don't need a book. You don't need nothing. Everything is literally inside you. You gotta meditate and you can literally, your gifts will come. Your gifts will come. We already geniuses and super powerful beings on the lowest of these levels. We on the lowest level right now. And we're still like the most powerful species. We still jump higher and we still are smarter. We still all that, right? That's all statistically proven shit. You feel me? I don't go into that because I don't believe in race, man. Them white people believe in race. Y'all the racist. I hate how they be trying to flip it, man. It's like, dude, I grew up believing I was a slave, and the first girl I ever kissed was white. I love white people, man. I grew up with white people, man. I got white auntie, like, man. I never thought of it as white and black. But, you know, y'all people, your ancestors have a hell of a way of telling us there's a difference. You feel me? Like, so don't get mad at black people when they figure out they different. Nigga, y'all killed us and hung us on trees. And told us we weren't shit, but some motherfuckers that made peanut butter. So we come from Africa with some baskets on our head and that yeah, man. Y'all do us wrong as fuck. There ain't no racism for black people, bro. And I'm not really buying into that shit. I love all of y'all. I love everybody. If you vibrating high, man, I love you, dog. You my family, bro. We all in this shit together, bro. Y'all white people be paying taxes and shit. Y'all gotta work. Y'all gotta go through the same shit we go through. We all brothers of the same struggle, my nigga. Like, for real, like. But yeah, them elites, we all need to fight them. Fuck a race war. Fuck that Charlie Kirk shit where he trying to, he trying to talk about we don't deserve rights and shit, and they believe in that. And now he got silched. He got socked in his neck. And now they want to get mad at us. Like, man, fuck y'all. If that's how y'all feel, fuck y'all. For real. But for the ones that ain't, because I know not everybody on that. I already know people can see through that, and people ain't trying to do no race war. A lot of white people, bro, they just trying to make ends meet, bro. They just trying to go home. They just trying to live life, bro. They not on this whole evil agenda that these elites is on. They not on that, bro. And I know a lot of white people that just trying to play the game. I know a lot of white people that just trying to chill, smoke some weed. You feel me? They just trying to live life, bro. They trying to get rich just like us. They trying to make it out the matrix, bro. So everybody in the matrix need to get together, bro. There really ain't no racism if you not an elite. If you paying taxes, ain't no racism, yo. Y'all just believe y'all superior, bro. These y'all gotta understand these elites don't care about y'all. That's why they put y'all with us, and y'all are not. Y'all are paying taxes and shit. Y'all have a little bit more leeway than us, bro. But if you rebel anyway, they gonna lock you up and kill you. You feel me? So there really ain't no other option, bro. Plus, they gonna start getting down on us, bro. If you ain't gonna take this vaccine, they gonna bust in your house soon. Like, this shit about to be mandatory, bro. Like, they not finna be playing. Like, they gonna find some reason to bust in your house, take guns, and vaccinate you. They gonna find some reason to, like, fuck with you at some point, bro. So you either stand for something or die for nothing. Or that doesn't happen. Shit, you just... They could just mean mug you on the street while they fucking riding around in our neighborhoods like they not supposed to do. Do you realize that these are the literal fucking KKK riding around with these badges on? The police are literally... See, a lot of you white people don't know no fucking history, bro. Y'all just be believing shit. But no, the KKK are literally fucking... the fucking police, bro. Before, when we was all enslaved, bro, there wasn't no police. It wasn't no no, nigga. There was slave patrol, and niggas just around to keep you a slave, like, and we was just warring with them. We was warring for the land, and then we the Emancipated Proclamation. We thought that they came up with the idea because we was already about to free ourselves from slavery, y'all. Like, we was winning all these wars. We was the Gullah warriors, bro. We was freeing ourselves. We had all these slave rebellions. Like, they was losing the war, so they had to pull out their little book of tricks, bro. Like, let's say we gonna end the war. Like, let's say we gonna keep, because we a peaceful species, bro. We can live. We've already been warring with y'all for the land. We've already been warring with y'all for the land. So once you say, like, we can desegregate and the war can be over, we no more bloodshed. We don't have to lose kids. We don't have to lose ourselves no more. We can come together. We went for that. And we lost everything. We lost our unity. We lost our families. Because, like, all the shit y'all do to us, bruh. For us to get in these Section 8 houses, bruh, no man can be in the house, bro. Y'all killed the masculinity. Y'all killed hip-hop. Y'all killed everything that we made to empower ourselves and infiltrated and put sellouts in it that don't speak up. And the reason why you want to speak up is because, nigga, we're enslaved. We're oppressed, bro. Like, the only people... Nobody speaks up, bruh. Because they killed that. The last hip hop person that spoke out was like Tupac or DMX. They don't do that no more, bruh. I literally seen an interview of Young Thug. They asked him like some basic fucking, black activist shit. He got the... Oh, I think they asked him like, how do you feel about police brutality? He got to be like, man, you leave that up to politics, man. We out here getting money. We flexing our wrists, man. And we just living up good. I'm like, man, dude... We can't get nowhere because if the people, you gotta understand, the rappers are the ones with the fucking juice right now. Like, they're not listening to the spiritual people. Like, kids is listening to these rappers. Everybody is listening to these rappers, yo. They got the juice. So, like, we need them to be, and what y'all don't fail to realize is, like, that shit XXXTentacion was saying about frequency, but frequency literally runs your fucking life, bro. The whole thing is trying to be on a high frequency, right? You're trying to vibrate high. You're trying to see these other realms. You're trying to become one with the ancestors that's fucking on a higher realm. To even hear them, you gotta be on a higher frequency. Everything, everything spiritually, metaphysically, and everything. Everything. For black people, physically, we need to be vibrating high. We need to do all that, bro. And we can't do that when they're fucking polluting the music, bro. And they're talking about all this crazy shit in the music. I know y'all see it, bro. Everybody want to be the same. Everybody want to rap the same. It's like, man, everybody want to rap about this bullshit and say and sing and talk about this bullshit. It's like, man, but who's gonna rap about black activism? Who's gonna, like, actually, try to get things back and right, bro? Like, I don't. You either see this shit or you don't, bruh. You gotta know your history. You gotta know who the Black Panthers are and what they were doing, right? You gotta know who all these original hip artists was. Like, you had a lot of, like, if y'all ever heard Nas, bruh, you will never hear no fucking new nigga rapping like that. Kendrick don't be rapping about no black activism for real, bro. He just be sitting there talking about bullshit. And y'all know it. Y'all feel it. Man, he ain't on nothing. J. Cole ain't on nothing. They're scared. They can't talk about it. Cause they'll get killed. That's the reason why they don't speak up. They'll get killed. Their families will get killed, bruh. That's how gritty these elites are, bruh. They kill anybody that speak out against them, bruh. Everybody in the fucking industry that's done died has died at the hands of them. You feel me? That's true, bruh. Nobody really just be dying like they ass killed them all, nigga. That's why they all die young. I gotta think, bro. I gotta really think, man. I know I have a problem, man. I would just be so mad with this information. I just be, yeah, nigga, this is what it is. This, that, and the third. Man, these motherfuckers is sellouts. Man, y'all don't see it. It's because, like, man, I'll be so frustrated. I just feel like y'all can see it, but y'all really can't. Y'all really can't. Y'all got too much to do. Y'all got a lot of shadow work. Because if you're not healed, for one, you're not going to see nothing outside of that unhealed perspective, right? You got to heal certain things so that you can see things from a different view, a different lens. If you're not healed internally and you're not doing that shadow work in your meditation, you don't even got to meditate to do shadow work. You just got to sit with yourself. You got to sit still. You got to sit still and you got to, like, go through all this trauma, man. You got to go through all this trauma that you've been. You got to clear it out. Because you're not supposed to have all this trauma, man. You ain't supposed to... I don't put my charger in so my shit don't die. I'm charging it with the game, so that's why you heard the beat, nigga. But, yeah, man, you ain't supposed to... I forgot what I was saying. I'll tell you, I'm not Rashad Jamal. I'm not these other niggas. I am a fucking airbender, nigga. I'm in the air, the ethers with it, nigga. I'm not here. I'm not here. Nigga, I don't know nothing for real, nigga. I'm in the ethers with this shit, so I'll never forget the fuck I just said. You give me a second, I'm forgetting. Because I'm in the ethers with this shit, bro. I don't remember what I was talking about. So I don't even remember. So I guess we just gonna start up a new topic, bro. I know I was talking about shadow work, bro. Meditation and shadow worker. One and the same and two different things, because I do a lot of shadow work just sitting here with my eyes open. Every day I get off work or every day I get off, like, just at the end of the day, I sit in this damn chair and I think about, like, how the day went. You know, I know I'm a god and all this shit. I know I want my planet free, but this is besides the point. Everybody can do shadow work. It's like I sit here and think about all the hurt and trauma I had to go through, which was caused by these people, by the way. Because motherfucking spiritual teachers be acting like these white people didn't cause us the trauma, bruh. They are the cause of our dissension, and we are the cause of our ascension. We are responsible. Look, I'm gonna reword that. They are responsible for our dissension. We are responsible for our ascension, right? So, like, they be like, you can't blame them for your downfalls. Yes, the fuck we can. We just can't blame them for not being able to ascend. That has nothing to do with them. Well, I mean, it do, because they're blocking a lot of our ascension. But we can still ascend. That's the cool thing about us. We're gods. They could never really fuck with us. Because if they could, we would be dead, nigga. They don't want us here, bro. They just would rather have this whole land and drain it of resources. And they would rather just fucking turn everybody into AI and shit. That's what the Greys are. The Greys are human beings from the future, like, where they've already done that shit. They don't got no dicks. They can't reproduce. That's what they are, like, but they're in suits, though. Like, when you looking at the little gray alien, that's, like, literally, human beings from the future. Because remember, we're gods. They're human beings, right? That's the human beings from the future that, like, never, like, they kept fucking with themselves. They kept, you know, intermingling with AI and shit and swapping out their body parts for other shit. Like, you know, shit they want to do. Like, that's what happens. They turn into the Greys and then they can't ascend. So they came back in time. to like try to ascend again or whatever, or try to make sure they ascend this time. I don't know. But yeah, that's what, I just know that's what the grays are. I stay in a God's lane. You feel me? I don't be all out in everybody else's lane. I'm trying to figure this shit out because I'm still in the matrix. I'm trying to break it from within. You feel me? But I know enough to teach you guys some things. I don't know it all, but each one teach one, and that's how it's gonna get done, right? But yeah, man, we gotta meditate. We got to, bruh, so that we can all get on our purpose, bruh. Everybody's got a piece of this puzzle. It's not just me. You guys gotta meditate, man, and figure out who you guys are. Everybody is somebody, bro. Everything that you like, especially if you're a god, everything that you like, bruh, it literally points to. Do you know that like these gods in Greek mythology, that's literally y'all. These guys, like, that is y'all in another lifetime. If you are fucking feeling that God, like if you really like this God, that's probably an aspect of you, or it was you. Because as spirits, your spirit can be in multiple avatars. It can spark multiple avatars. Like I know you heard the shit like, oh, I got the spirit of this dude. I got the spirit of this dude. That's real. You can have other people's spirits, but you got one soul. So like that being could literally be you, or you could have that spirit. That's why you like it so much. That's why you feel attracted so much. Or you be related to it. Like we are all literally gods, bruh. Like we're like my name Miyagi here, but in another lifetime, I could have been a Nancy. You feel me? A Nancy the spider god. Because I'm a god. You feel me? That needs to be known. Like, you guys are literally these beings. Like, they just swap the names up. But if you like it, there's a good possibility that was actually you in another lifetime, or you have something to do with that being. You feel me? If you really like a certain animal or a certain thing, you probably created it. You probably created the animal, or you probably helped, or you probably had a hand in it. That's why you need to unlock your memories. You need to unlock your past lifetimes, right? Because as energy never dies, or energy can never be created or destroyed. It can only be transferred. And we are all energy, like, right? Energy and electricity. Like, that's literally what we are. Which is also why we're not supposed to be eating animals, right? Because that's putting dead flesh in your avatar. They made us eat animals. If you look at what the root word of food is, it's fodder, what they feed to animals. We never had to eat before they came here, and they gave us the Bible, they gave us religion, they gave us like white people last names, they gave us African American. You feel me? They gave us all this bullshit. They did all that to like kill us, nigga. That's why they killed the metaphysical us, because they can't kill us, right? Not for real. They can't kill us all off. They might be able to take some people out their avatar, but some people just can't be gone. You feel me? Yeah, bro. They only really hung like the rebellious leaders so that they like more people wouldn't do it anyway. But yeah, bro. The reason why they hung us on trees is because we're connected to nature. So like that, it's just like a big old mockery to us. You feel me? They gonna hang us on a tree. They could have just killed us. Like, nah, man, it's a mockery to the gods. You feel me? We are one with nature. They're just causing a big disconnection, right? They cause a disconnection between the man and the woman by fucking the man and making the woman watch, and then fucking the woman in front of that man and making them watch, and then fucking the kid and making them watch. It's like, man, that's why you wonder why we like how he is today. Like, man, it's been a lot done to us. It's been a whole lot done to us. Never let a white person tell you, man, that you living in the past, bruh. They ass need to be slapped in the fucking face, really. Cause I'm really on that type of time, bro. I'm ready to die about this shit, cause we living in hell, man. We living in hell, bro. I'm like, if you don't pay a certain tax, they gonna lock you up, nigga. If you don't do everything these motherfuckers say after they install your land, and they have you doing all this crazy shit, bro. They don't teach you nothing in school except bullshit. They don't teach us our history at all. They don't teach y'all shit neither, bro. They don't teach credit. They don't teach nothing that you are expected to like do. You feel me? All we do is chase chase shit, man. Like, as soon as you get out of high school, bro, you don't know shit, bro. And then you might even go, you might even be in hella debt because you wanted to go get more years of school. You feel me? Like, that you never needed. Because you never needed no fucking schooling, bro. Our schooling is meditating and sitting in nature and using these abilities like the fucking Avatar. Now I'm talking about Avatar The Last Airbender. How he was getting in tune with all these elements and he was getting in tune with his chakras and shit. And he could get in that Avatar state where all his ancestors could talk to him. That's what the fuck we do, bro. That's what I'm talking about, bro. You have your ancestors in you. You feel me? It's like, I'm sorry I get so frustrated, y'all. I gotta really work on that. That is a problem I have, bro. I get frustrated talking about it, and I can't because I'm trying to let y'all know. You gotta understand, I'm just talking to a phone. And even when I'm talking to people, bro, they don't be understanding. It's like, but I know that they're capable of it, bro. I know that they're capable of it, right? I know that we're capable of doing this shit, bro. While they're sitting here showing us Superman getting his power from the sun. And we get our power from the sun. We get ourselves charged up. And I know y'all seen in that new Superman movie, he don't even got the fucking, his S ain't the same, right? Why is that? Why did they change the S on there? You know that little, when he got the S, I don't have no Superman shit around here. But his S used to look like a snake. And that was the eye right there, right? Look, so you got the snake, and this point has got an eye right here. That's the Kundalini serpent, right? We have Kundalini energy, right? We have black goo that sits at the bottom of our spine. And as the sun keeps flaring and raising up, this Kundalini is going to rush up our spine, right? And it's going to fucking activate the God genes in us. Right? These solar flares is all going to charge up the cells inside us, which are just other suns that this sun is. Because we are gods. Like, everything is literally inside of us. And y'all. Everything is inside of us for sure, bro. I just don't know the history of, like, everybody like that. And you want to know everybody history, you know, look at Rashad Jamal's page, bro. That is literally what y'all should do. A lot of this information I get comes from other spiritual teachers, comes from books, comes from Rashad Jamal's page. A lot of this shit I'm saying